Seniac, let's move this off so it doesn't look that ridiculous. Me. Now he invented an underwater canal. Seniac, I don't think we'll have a metro here. 5 seconds later, places metro intercity bus. Seniac, if you want to go anywhere, you can now go everywhere by ferry. Oil Town Mayor, literally the only resident living there. Me. I say stuff because I want to be in a video. Seniac, I don't care. Well, this has just got to be Toll Town. And guys, I think on that note, that is the perfect name for our transportation island that we recently created last episode. Well, guys, welcome back to the episode of the False Kingdom here in City Skylines, where we are back with another episode where last episode we did some beautiful stuff going on. We kind of literally turned our little transportation island, kingdom, nation, country, whatever you want to call it, into something that is now ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, but the peeps are loving it. They're using it. They're transporting from one kingdom to another through, which is now going to be known as Toll Town, because Toll Town, their whole economy is based on people exchanging transportation lines in their kingdom. Wow. Guys, if you enjoy this series, please smash that like button down below. If you aren't already, make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when the next episode does come out. But we are back. We are back. We are back. And where is our transportation kingdom? Here we go. Unclaimed kingdom. It is now going to be known as Toll Town. Welcome to Toll Town, where we make money by people paying taxes to get from one line, or basically transfer from our kingdom to another. Now, we have, do I have despawn mode on? It's currently enabled. I'm going to disable it. Wait, no, well, hold on. Currently no despawning. Currently enabled. Okay, so it was on despawn available. We have this big traffic jam now heading out. Now, we will get on to fixing it, but today I want to do something that we haven't implemented in any kingdom just yet. Currently, they can export the goods via driving out of the region. They can use trains to kind of transport it to a ship. But at the minute, they can't fly the goods out. Now, the good thing about them flying it by using a cargo airport is if I had 2 cargo airports, they could also transfer the goods via plane, which makes things a whole lot easier. It's actually a really, really good, good thing. So, as well as kind of they can normally they'll go to for example, let's just use the ships for example. The ships can sail all the way out, but they can also be used to transfer from one kingdom to another. Now, that's wonderful, that's beautiful, that's great. But they are limited on the shipping routes. If they're driving out of a region, they're going to drive out. But at the minute, we have so many boats, so many vehicles. Why not include another alternative to move the cargo around? So I got to figure out what kingdoms would mostly benefit from it. First one I can think of off the top of my head would be Oil Town, because they are very heavily needing a secondary exploitation area that is kingdom to kingdom. Not just nearby, because obviously we have the trains here, which, to be honest with you, I mean, they use it, but not as much as I would like them to. So I'm thinking if I get a cargo airport in, it won't really take off until I build a secondary cargo airport in another kingdom. So the thing would be, where are all the boats from where are you now going? Las Palmas. It would be interesting to know where they send the majority of the ships. I do believe it's over to the False Kingdom here, where they then transport it onto a secondary line. So that could be interesting. I've just got to figure out, though, where would I pull it in here? Because we are slightly on a hilltop there. So if I kind of check out the terrain levels, it does go slightly high up here. But I can flatten it out and smooth it up. If I put it on the top of the hill, that would be a great area for planes to land. And I always got to think about right now as well. I can't put it too close to this one because they'll start using the airport over everything else. I don't want to attach it to this road because everyone driving down right now will use that one. But hopefully if I put it here, everybody inside will feel like that's the closest one to them, so we can disperse a little bit of the heavy traffic coming through. It could be the way to go forward. It could be the way to go forward. We'll see how it goes. We're going to smoothen now off the top of this, so I can get to a more solid and natural point. I ain't going to worry too much about the road or the lead up to it just yet. Because I need to figure out how we're going to do it. So if I just kind of stick with the normal road to begin with. Oh, have I got my mud back? Yes, it's finally back, guys. It's finally back right now. It was broken last episode. No idea what was going on with it. 0. And right now, it still wants to be broken. There we go. I don't know what's going on. So that's going to lead us up to here. But actually, let me first get in. The airport, the cargo airport, and we do actually need to put it next to a road. I thought it was like I could free place it, but no. So if I bring it up to here, and then I do a 10 and a 10, go up by 10, do a 10 and 10 there. We'll sort out the one-way systems in just a moment. But if I drop the beautiful cargo airport, which is on a slope, which we're going to anarchy it in, and I'll terraform it to being all on the same level very soon. So we have like a little cliff edge where all the planes fly off, which will make things a little bit more easier to handle. And what we're going to do right now then is set up a one-way system road. So we use the industrial roads. There we go. And we'll do a 5 by 5, 5 by 5, all the standard stuff. 5 by 5, 5 by 5. But what I'll do is I'll delete there and there and there. And I'll lead this into right now. It's kind of counterintuitive if I do it like this. A 14, a 14. Did it create points in the middle? It does. So if I bring that to there, bring that to there, kind of arch that around like this. And I don't know how identical I'm going to get it. Do you know what? That's actually not too far off. I know it's counterintuitive because it splits into 2 lanes, vice versa. But that could work really well. It's a nice little approach. Something a little bit different to what we normally do. Hopefully keeps the vehicles flowing. They'll just have some issues when they come down to this. But there's room for roundabouts if needs be. I could also bring a train line coming off up to there. So we can also get like vehicle, trains pushing it. Yeah, basically we got plenty of room for maneuver and room for expansions. I got to sort out the power and all the other jazz first. Right, if I go play mode then, that shouldn't have water, right? No, it doesn't. Oh, why is that? Is that because I got this turned off? Yeah, I always forget that gets turned off when I do the lane management stuff. So, delete you. Get you connected. Which will give all these connections and water these. All good. It just doesn't have power just yet. So, we'll drop down a couple of solar panel parking spots. To kind of replicate if there was parking there. Now, as of right now, all it can really do is take it outside of the region. We won't see the full effect of this coming together until I build another one in another kingdom just yet. But let me just sort out the terraforming of the area first. So bring that brush size right down. Pick it about, like dead center about there. Or should I go kind of at the top? We'll kind of go at the top. And what we'll do, we'll kind of bring this all out. I'll get this whole area slightly at the same height. So if I go around to here, I ain't going to worry too much about the edge because I'm going to change that. We're smoothing it all off. But if I then select all of this here, I know it's got the trees selected, but it doesn't really matter. So object height of view. What's going on with the airport? Right, actually, do you know what? I might have to move it to place it back in because of the terrain. Right, drop it there real quick. Right. Smooth that off. Bam! There we go. We're back in business, boys. We're back in business. So, with a little bit of smoothing, we can just kind of slightly take the edge off. It's not going to be perfect. But it's going to do what we need it to do. I want to keep... I want that sharp edge there, but I want to keep it quite high just off there, so planes can take off easy and land really easy. But it does literally what we need to do. All the vehicles are heading over here, so it's a benefit to some of them. Now, I won't hook up the train line just yet until I see what types of demands this creates. But I'm hoping it's going to alleviate this because we now have a second exploitation area. Now, the only reason why they will use this still is, one, because just like the airport transfers out of the region, but at the minute, this one transfers to other kingdoms because we don't have an airport anywhere else. So we'll fast forward then. I'll give that some time to pass by, and before we decide where we place the next cargo airport in, we're going to sort out everybody leaving this area around to here. Now, I know this roundabout is not set up perfectly, but we're going to decipher exiting in 2 lanes if they're going around straight on or to the right. So this is already 1 lane here. I'm going to bulk this up to the double lane. There we go. So at this point, it splits into 1 into 2. Here, it's already in 2. That splits into 2 if they're turning right into that area. And that's how we've got it rocking and rolling. So then, if I can remember how to do it correctly, is it Shift, Control, Click, Boom? That should set up the junctions, right? Yeah. So then the vehicle should be able to fly out a whole lot smoother. I might actually upgrade all of this to be in 2 lanes as well. That'll probably be the better idea for me. To there. There we go. So we should be able to push out twice as many vehicles as before because now they can utilize multiple lanes, which hopefully filters all this traffic out a bit quicker than normal. That's what you would like to think, but the roundabout should be now set up all correctly. It'll take a while for everyone to figure out what lanes they need to now be in because it's now just like I've just all of a sudden threw them into the deep end. But they should pass through and give that some time. I can see that the tail end is starting to move a bit more, which is good. Also, I noticed there's a lot of traffic on these roads here, like parked cars, I should say. So if I get rid of them just there, throw them all into the businesses, and then eventually they'll overspill from the businesses into the car park here that we've got created. But they only spill into the car park that we created when all the businesses and stuff have completely filled up. And by the looks of it, there's still lots of parking spaces around. So there isn't any need for it just yet. But we'll try and entice them a bit more. I know it's going to destroy that building by building that going across. I'll do one just there. That's already connected. Yeah, it might entice more walkability and people going to where they need to get to. But it just moves the parked cars off the edge of the road so people can, drive a little bit easier. That backlog is now only to over here, so that is slowly doing its job. It's slowly doing its job. You only jump into this lane here if you're going down there, but again, it eases the traffic so much more. And setting up the roundabout a bit better too also eases it. So, you got 2 things going for us there. And we'll leave it to do what it's got to do. So now a little bit of time has passed by. We get in, vehicles using our exploitation area over here. Doesn't really take much off this, but it'll be interesting now to see, because that's what I want to do in stages. I wanted to see initially, does it take away any traffic from here by setting this up? And I don't think it does. I think what it does, it takes the traffic that would have gone to the cargo train terminal or station here and shipped over by train. It then makes them use that instead. So what will be interesting now is, when I build one in a different kingdom, then we should technically start to see a little bit less traffic here because obviously they're using this to transport it from kingdom to kingdom. Now a lot of vehicles are making their way over, so we really do have to think about eventually utilizing the train lines a bit more. But again, won't do that until a little bit further down the road and until I see what kind of the traffic is kind of getting up to. Right, we know the big kingdom that they're all transferring to is going to be Fool's Kingdom. So it will kind of make sense for Fool's Kingdom to have a cargo airport. Problem is, where all the cargo currently is right now is on this side of the island. If I added another one over here, say for example, I threw it up here. I've got so much cargo imports, exports going on around this side, so much cargo traffic. I'm overloading this one side of the island. Now, if I placed it over on this side, for example, let's say I placed it here. I'm spreading the traffic a bit more. All the businesses in Fredonia, in the downtown area over here, might feel like this is a little bit closer for them, which minimalizes the traffic going to those exploitation areas. You see where that's going? I wasn't actually going to place it here, but thinking about it, this might be a good little spot. It's just I don't want to do another connection to the highway, like a trumpet junction, because it might as well call this Trumpet Island. But what if I set up a little roundabout here? That might be the one. That might be the one. Right, okay, let me pause. And, okay, we are going uphill here, so it is going to take quite a little dig into the area. Now, we are slightly kind of angling the road this way. So if I bring it out to here, then bend it back in, or utilize it from there. See, this might be a better system. Because I can bring that out and then cut it back in. So I'm bringing the road away from the hill, so I can build the roundabout in the middle there. That's what I'm trying to hope to do. Whether or not it works out is a different story. But if I utilize this road coming down, let's say to there, and if I bring that one back, so they're going to cross in this section here. That's where they cross right now. So that is where pretty much I could stick the roundabout if I wanted them to follow the alignment of the road. So if I brought that road to there, if I brought this, now that is actually going to clip into there, but if we set it up correctly, like that, that's perfect. So if I get the roundabout mod up right now, make it a 60. So this way then, we're not losing much. We're not digging into the landscape, making it look unnatural. And we got a better little system set up. So 2-lane highway. Now, is 60 enough for the size of this? Or do I go a bit bigger? Like if I went 80? I know at that point then we're going really big. But what it could allow me to do is set up flyover roads, through roads, all that kind of stuff. To keep the traffic moving. Right, let's go with that. Delete you, delete you, delete you. All the way back. And then we'll bring a road off here into where we have an airport. And it also unlocks this area then to be kind of used and built upon. So, right, let's sort this out then. So let me kind of first figure out that there is a 16. So if I went to a 6, we're then technically 10 away. That there's a 30. So if I go to buy a 20, again, we're 10 away. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh, that's a... Oh, wait, I'm about to say that. I'm about to say this doesn't look right, but then I realised this is facing the wrong way around. There we go. We're going to create a flyover road for both versions of this. So, if anything, I'm going to delete again. Delete again. Now, what are we away here by? 19, 20. Okay, give or take, it's pretty much the same thing. So if I went to here by 10 and then up by 10, right? Oh, okay. I'm slipped it on for like making the ground follow us. And then try that again over here. So a 10 down to a 10. If I do the same actually then here, if I get this just right. So from there up to a 10. This singular lane is going to follow us all the way around. Is it slightly wider on this side than it is on that side? Or is it just a... No, I think it is. Yeah, it is actually, yeah, because there is a wider gap. All right, I gotcha. So, bringing this into here as close as possible. So, if I do 11. Here would be a... Okay, we'll just go for a 12. That's perfectly fine. And then where does this bend take place? So an 8 by 8. 9 by 9. So that runs like that. So then if you're passing completely through this area, you don't have to interact with the roundabout if you're on the highway. That's what we can pretty much get it to do. But if you're turning off the roundabout to go down the highway, then we're going to have a completely different system set up for you. So if I bring that... for the most part at the minute connected like this, that's how we'll have it all done. We are slightly off here, so let me redo this little section so it all kind of falls into place. And let me just flip the road around where it needs to be. All right, that's all done. Down to there, and then this one down to there. There we go. So we have that flyover through road, which we can now technically put the traffic back to normal and go back into play mode. But we need then the little turn off road that actually connects in to the roundabout. So let's set that up next then. So it actually might encourage me now, or kind of make me set up a slightly different system. So we might have to go back a little bit further on a singular lane, but that's not a problem. All right, bring that up to there, because then obviously we want it to connect to here. So if I go just slightly off, and same with here, just slightly off it. So, hold on. So we can create that little bit of a bend to come off the area. And same for there. Then mimic it on this side. So, say here to there. There to there. And then that will go to that little junction there. That will just come off just to here. There we go. Oh, that's got a little thing in it. Alright, if I first bend it like that. There we go. As good as. Now, we also have to make sure that them turning off here, going around the roundabout, back on here and joining there is not the quicker route. I can do all that with speed limits. So that's not a big issue. So if I first now set up then where I want, and let me pause. Get you just to there. Bam. There we go. Just so I can now set up where we connect in. Make it look kind of normal. There we go. And then do the exact same thing on this side. There should be identical as well. So upgrade you, upgrade you. Bam. Bam. And then just shorten it slightly. So straight away, it looks like they're going to... Okay, I don't know whether some of them are using it because it is the shorter route, or whether some of them are using it because they got caught up in the wrong lane. You know what I mean? So let me just quickly sort out the lane dictations on these to make sure that we are, both, everyone knows exactly where they're going. Same for these. I don't know whether they're caught up in that wrong lane or actually using that lane. Now, for the roundabout itself, I won't sort the roundabout out just yet because I want to initially get things moving. So we'll utilize the one with, well, the 4-lane road with trees. So if I come down to here, and then what I'll do is I'll do a 15 by 15 bend. And then I'm going to do by 20. I'm going to do a 10 by 10 on this kind of degree turn. As it pumps us up in that direction, so we can utilize stuff coming off it, building around here. And then I can whack an airport here, or even there. I'm not too sure. How big is it? Okay, it's not as big as I thought it would be. So I can actually, yeah, we can definitely do something. If I want to get it like this way, sideways, that's what we want to utilize. So from the get-go right now, there is quite a few vehicles using the little turn-off roads, which is not a problem. But we need to make sure that they know what they can get up to. So it's 100 on the actual highway. So I don't know whether it's safe to make it 100 on the overpass bit. This should then kind of make it feel like and make it seem that the overpasses are a lot quicker than normal. Got to sort out the elevation change. That's not a problem. You still get a few vehicles that go around it who just kind of get caught up in the wrong lanes. But hopefully that won't be a problem in the long run. Like I said, you're still going to get a few vehicles get caught up in the wrong lanes. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So if I then go on to set up my little system, and we'll utilize a national road because I'm not really going to have anything building upon it. And if I come out by, okay, so if I go by 20 here, and And then if I go down by 10 there, let's do another 10. And if I delete you, so I'm using National Road, so I can maybe, okay, sort that out there. Delete this bit, and then we'll go for a right, so it gets a little bit tight. Actually, we'll stick it up by, okay, I'll do another 10. Right, 10. I think this is, yeah, this is way too close to the waterfront. I should have done it here, then created the bend. So I'll set it all up with this. So if I do a 10 by 10, right? Hold on. I'm trying to do. Oh, that's completely off. Right, I'm trying to do something here, but I'm not quite sure what I'm trying to do is the answer. All right, what if I went to? Right, bear with me on this. Pause. Do that to then delete. So I know that's within a. It follows the alignment, the road alignment. So if I bring that right across. Delete, delete. The middle point is just there. There we go. So if I then drop that there. Oh, that's right in the seafront. I like it. I'll reclaim a little bit more land just to kind of smooth off the edges, but I like the idea of it. And then they kind of take off over the highway and fly through the little gap. I mean, you could argue runway here, planes coming in that way, and then taking over. Actually, which way did they take off? Ah, okay, so they land over that way versus land. So there is a slight little crisscross in the airwaves. But air traffic control will sort that out for us. We shouldn't have to worry too much about it. So delete that. And then if I came off... Well, that's going to be interesting now. Is actually sorting out the little bend. So it's going to be a 9 by 9 rather than the normal 10 by 10 that we do. There we go. Bring you to there. Then we do a 5 by 5. There we go. 5 by 5 by 5 by 5. There we go. And try and sort out this. The little bend. I don't know how easy this is going to be. We're going to initially upgrade that to that road. Now, if I just do that and then do that, and then with the move it tool, be able to bend it. If I brought this to there. How does that look? I mean, the whole thing's on a slight angle, so it's going to look a little bit unusual. But I feel like we get away with it. I feel like we slightly get away with it. All right, follow the road down for the power, water, sorry. And then the power. So this area is a little bit bigger than before. Now, I can see it's having traffic issues on this junction, but there's always room to throw a roundabout in. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I'll get this connected up as well. So it's a 2-laner on the road. So if I went to there, I'll try and go slightly just before, after it. There we go. All right, both got little sections just here. Yeah, that ain't going to work out too well, is it? Yikes. Right, delete. Maybe come a little bit closer. By 5. I might have to push the bend up quite high. There we go. It's not amazing, but at least we still get to keep our little 2-laner. Make sure everyone's sorted out right there. Right, we should now be working. So without me doing this just yet, we should now be back up and running. I just got to sort out the roundabout system right now. Bam! That should be good to go. Yeah, that's all kind of set up anyway. Right, okay. Interesting. Interesting to say the least. So as of right now then, Falls Kingdom and Oil Town can actually transport the goods via plane to one another. Is the big talking point right now. So if I just kind of slightly reclaim the land a little bit back to there. Smooth it a bit. Take the edge off. But there we go. It does what it needs to do. We got room for a train line to be connected to it as well. On both of them that we've now set up. We've allowed that to still bypass through while also gaining access to this and also setting up another little connection coming off here. Or if that kind of went over up into this area. So we've now kind of created access for this whole little section of Falls Kingdom that we didn't really have a connection to. So this is ultimately going to service the whole kingdom here with cargo. It also takes a little bit off the edge off these kind of exploitation areas and stuff like that because we have a little section just over here. Also helps Fredonia as well, kind of increases their kind of shipping capabilities. So it's all a benefit in many ways. Now, over here is the big one. Because this one's been set up for a little bit longer, we can now start to see a little bit more demand. Now, I don't know whether the demand is coming from the fact that we just have more shipping demand. Maybe less people are now using trains because the plane not connected to the train. I wonder if this is now going to slowly start going down because we can now also ship via plane to Falls Kingdom. So there won't be as much demand for ships because we can fly it there. So we should really be getting these train lines hooked up to here now at this point. Now, as of right now, that kind of wiggles in. I've got two options. I could create another triangle system just here that push up to over this way and connect in. Or I can make the trains come through this. I think for now, it's not the right thing to do. But for now, we are just going to utilize off this until I have a better system set up. So bending that round. Following it up. There we go. Ooh, all over the place. So we're going to do a big 30 by 30 bend at this point now, aren't we? 30. Oh, well, 30 by 30 bend is almost straight into it. So that just allows me to bring trains in. Ignore how much of a shambles it actually is, because I will eventually, I'll probably put that on this side and then connect it like via here. I'll do a better system with the train line, but it allows that connection here, here, and here to pass trains all the way through to the planes, which might reduce the amount of vehicles going over here and to over here as well, because they can just drop it at their local facility, send it by train, because they might all now be, I don't know. I don't know what their mentality is right now, but I'm giving them options to do it, and then we'll just kind of let time pass by and see what ultimately happens. So Peep's already using this. That is going to Najan, if that's the correct word for it. You have just come from the cargo airport of Cannonburg. Okay. Is any of the planes over here yet shipping to Falls Kingdom? Owner cargo hub, which is here. Not yet. I don't know whether they've figured that ability out just yet. But it'd be quite nice to know when they do. Oh, there's an actual train coming around right now. So they know that is a thing. So we'll just give them time. Ultimately, we just give them time. So additional kind of cargo ways to now enter and exit. If I select these right now and now quickly sort out the sloping ability. This should all just work out wonderful for us. There we go. There we go. It's pretty good, isn't it? So I wonder how much is it going to change things. I wonder how much is going to change things for the kingdoms. Now that I've implemented trains, or the ability for trains to head up to here, I feel like there's not many vehicles driving up here right now. I just kind of have that feeling. Still got loads of vehicles heading over here still. I don't think you'll ever get away from this, but I think the main draw for that could potentially be that it is the quickest way from when you enter this region to go all the way down here with the speed of that versus coming to over here, driving down there and then the speed coming up, you know what I mean? So I don't know, it's still a bit of a weird one, but we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see how it ticks along as time goes on. That's straight stopping here. Now, will that go straight to the cargo airport, or is that going to end at that kind of junction? Nope, straight to the cargo airport. Good stuff. Oil Town Corp, 104,000. You just seen it there for a split second. So that is having a huge benefit for us right now. Huge benefit, that is. I can see it's having to stick around about here at some point too. So we'll keep an eye on it. That's really good. I'm impressed. Where are you heading to? Santa Cruz. Lots of vehicles coming out. Good to see. Right. We could see some increased productivity. Actually, by doing all this, I've now started to see a residential growth as it kind of settles down a bit more our industrial growth. Maybe I can build some industrial around here. We're creating like a secondary industrial park. I don't know whether I should be doing that though because of traffic. It could get a little bit tasty. But it's good. Very good. And with that implemented in, guys, that is a positive. Let me know in the comment section right now where you think the next one should be. Would Fishtown benefit from one? I think Veganville will benefit from one. I could throw one on this side over here or maybe here. Now, I put it on this side to kind of, you know, split it all up. Ortown could probably benefit from one as well. And would one of the North or South Folios benefit from one? I don't know where I would squeeze it in, to be honest with you. I don't know where I'd squeeze it in. But, yeah, having the ability for them to eventually trade with one another. I'm waiting for that moment where we see planes heading from one cargo hub to the other. I still feel like they're using ships. That is their favourite mode of transport at the moment. And me adding train lines going up to here has almost completely killed off the amount of traffic going in here. So the train lines are a big one. They are a big one. And my only thought process would be, are they then linking this up to over here to ship them out? I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. Where have you just come from? Over here. Okay, maybe not, maybe not. So it is beneficial. Definitely beneficial right now. Owner of the cargo hub. Returning to facility. That's what they're doing. We'll just see what happens as time goes on, because that is all we can pretty much do. Trying to see where this plane's going. So they're all still going out of the region, but every plane I'm clicking on is like 100% full. So that's really good. Really good. Traffic coming in. Let's just turn these traffic lights off here. Kind of get them free flowing as much as possible. Great stuff. Real great stuff. I'm happy. I'm not happy about the airport burning down though. Could somebody call the fireman? They're on their way. Will they get there quick enough, or will it burn down? We're on fire, guys! Right, they're here. They're going to put this place out. Beautiful. Damn, boy. Crazy. So this is really good. I'm happy. I'm really happy. So, guys, I think we're going to end it for here anyway. Give me some suggestions where we should stick the next cargo airport. Things are going really well for us. We've completely got rid of all the traffic that was backing up right now. We've still got a little bit there, but I suppose it depends on when there's vehicles coming round the roundabout. But everything is looking pretty good, if you ask me. There's cars parking here. I'm sure I turned off parking everywhere. Nope. Slightly missed a bit. Slightly missed a bit, but we're pretty much good to go. Guys, if you did enjoy this episode, please smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, to make sure you do subscribe. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.